All right, good morning. Thanks so much for coming to class today. We're going to start seated today. And so have your blocks and straps and stuff. Today, it's kind of interesting. Today, we're going to work with the quadricep muscles or the thigh muscles, right? The very front of the thigh, quadricep. There's four different muscles. And in yoga, we tend to strengthen them a lot because we do lots of standing poses, which we're going to do today. But stretching the quads are are very challenging, especially if we have knee issues. And I know at least two or three of my lovelies have some knee issues where they just don't bend um, a bunch. So do what you can. Only go to the range of motion that makes sense for you, and just play. Okay, play with the idea of stretching these muscles in the front of the thighs so that when we strengthen them, they have more room. Okay, so with that, go ahead and sit well. Know that you can sit in a way that makes sense for you. Maybe close the eyes. Kind of picture your alignment, right? Where is your spine in space this morning? Where's the head? Can we very gently draw the shoulders back without over efforting here? And then let the elbows be heavy at the sides of the body. And we've been playing a lot with this idea of diaphragmatic breathing, the diaphragm. Um, simply, is simplified, just goes from the base of the ribs. It's a big old pancake that goes around the front to the sides of the body. And when we expand that out, that pancake flattens and the lungs have more room. So, diaphragmatic breathing, feel the sides of the body expand out. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm softens and expands up. And there's a little less room in the lungs as we exhale. Good. Few more here. Starting to get centered in our bodies, our mats, our practice. And then allow the eyes to open. Take the hands to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace, press it out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let it go. Good. Take it up. Inhale. Exhale, heart. Interlace, press it out. Stretch the backs of the shoulders. Take it up. Exhale, let go. And again, inhale. Exhale, heart. Interlace, press it out. Inhale, reach up, listen up. Exhale, take the arms back in front of you and bring it to your heart. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it in. Good. Inhale, big deep breath. Exhale. Last one here. And exhale. And let it go. Shake that out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, one hand down, the other one goes over. Soften the shoulder of that hand that's on the floor. Watch the head. We're not dropping the ear. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over. Stretch out through that side of the body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over. Good. Listen up. We're going to come up part way and then take the arm up. Little bit of core work here this morning. Feeling that if that is too much, the hand goes back to the floor. Reach up. Exhale, other side. Inhale, part way up. Take the other arm up. Find that core work. Think of holding onto a beach ball. Breathe and all the way up. Exhale, let that go. Roll that out, everybody. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down you go. Interlace, press it out. Reach up. Come back to the chest. Bring it in. Open it up. Exhale, one hand down. Part way up. Take the other arm up. Bring it to center. Exhale down. Take it up. Exhale, heart. Interlace. Press it out. Reach up. Exhale, back out. Squeeze it in. Take it up. And exhale, other side. Good. Take it up. Squeeze it up. Hold that beach ball. Reach up. And let that go. Let's see if we can do that one more time. This is all muscle or brain work, right? Exhale. Press it out. Reach up. Exhale back in front. Take it in. Let it go. Take the arms up. Exhale one side. Good. Take it up part way. Reach with those arms, everybody. Take it center. Exhale, let it all go. Last one. Take it up. Exhale to your heart. Interlace, press it out. Reach up. Stretch that chest. Good. Take it forward. Bring it back to your heart. Let it go. And second side, last side. Reach over. And up. Part way. Woo. Right. The more you lean over, the harder it is. Squeeze it up to center and let that go. Roll it out and shake that out. All right. So you're going to take those legs in front of you. You can, I don't know if you need to sit on a blanket. If that helps you, please do. But otherwise, come off blanket. Take the legs wide. So we started out talking about the quads, right? The front of those legs, the upper portion of the legs. So lean back, but then draw the shoulders back so that you're not slouching. The feet are wide, and then just windshield wiper. There you go. So just kind of windshield wiper those legs. Breathe, everybody. Just breathe. And notice what's happening, right? So we're doing internal, external rotation of the hips. Maybe giving those glutes a little massage, a little yeah, just really kind of a massage. So the next time your legs, I'm going to mirror here. The next time your legs are to the left, pause. And then this back leg, if it is okay for you, I want you to take it back more. If that feels terrible, grab one block, stick it underneath the knee. For a lot of people, that will make all the difference. So once you're there, lift that back foot. I know it's going to feel real weird. If it doesn't lift, don't worry about it. And you might feel just a little bit of a stretch kind of in the hip joint and in that outer part of the thigh. So just breathe. One, you're here too. You're going to bring the heel to the glute and then release, but keep it lifted. Squeeze it in. Try not to curl your toes. In fact, spread them instead. Squeeze. You feel that, Lynn? Yeah, 4, squeeze. Now, if your knee doesn't bend that way, don't worry about it. Just do the motion of a squeeze and then let it go and just sit up. If you can, again, one hand down if you need it. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take the left hand down to the floor or the elbow and just stretch, knee to fingertips. And come on up. Exhale, hands down and release. Come back to the starting point. And windshield wiper. That's it. This in and of itself can be a really nice exercise for the hips and the quads, right? And the thigh muscles. All right, next time they are over to your right. Go ahead and pause and sit up just a little so you're sitting right on that right hip, right glute. If you can, take the back knee back a little bit. Remember, it can be up on a blanket, a block, anything like that. And then just see if you can lift the foot. This is a big internal rotation. You may not, your hip might not allow that much internal rotation. Don't worry about it. All right, so bring the heel in and release. If the heel doesn't, if that knee doesn't bend, just engage the glute. In fact, everybody can try that. I should have done it on the other side. If you're partly bent, and then just pretend the heel's going to go, you feel it, right? You feel the work. So don't worry about it if it doesn't bend that far. And 4, squeeze. And 5, good. Release that. Stay where you are. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand down or elbow, left arm reaches over. Good. Press up. Release the legs. Whew, good. Shake them out. You can just straighten them and shake. We're going to do that again. And I just want to make sure everybody's got room. I think so. So we're going to windshield wiper again. We're going to just not doing the same thing again. Going to change it up. The next time the knees are to the left, pause. Take the back leg and bring it back behind you again if you can, any amount. If it doesn't go there, keep it close. It's okay. And then you're going to turn toward the left knee or the left thigh. Both hands come to the floor. We're now in a twist. Feel the belly, the ribs, the chest all twisting to that side. And then take the pelvis and just slightly tuck it. So it's almost the back leg, as if somebody had their, this is going to sound weird, if somebody had their hand on your butt on that right hip, and they're just going to push it forward a little bit. You feel that, Betty? Yeah. So we're getting up into that upper quad a little bit. Hold here. Now, some of you have the range of motion to come on down to your elbows. Don't come all the way down to chest. Just come to elbows because I want you to play with the tuck. And it's not a hard tuck. It's not everything you got, but there's a little bit of a tuck there. To try to stretch through the upper thigh muscles, maybe into psoas. I'm not sure about that. Breathe. Huh? It's a tuck of the pelvis as if you could bring your tailbone forward. Yeah. And for some, this is a big stretch, and for some, it's pretty subtle. It depends on where your thigh muscles are and how tight they are. If you're down on elbows, press back into your hands, take the torso forward, and release the legs fully. You're back to that wide one. It's like the starting point for these poses. And windshield wiper. So if you are a runner, a biker, tennis player, right? You know who you are. Stretching out the thigh muscles, super, super important. And even if you just sit a lot. All right, knees go to the right. If you can, draw the back leg back a little bit, and then start to face the right leg. Both hands come in front of you. And then I just want to take the pelvis on the left side and just see if I can tuck the tailbone, which is probably a better cue there. And I immediately feel the quad stretch a little bit more, the back glute engage a little bit more. And once you're there and you feel comfy, come on down, maybe to the elbows. But try to keep that tuck 10, 20%. Breathe. Just notice one side might feel different than the other, right? And then come back up into your hands, release the twist and release fully. Let's come to Dandasana. staff pose. So sitting up really tall, the feet are flexed, the big toe mounds. Press out toward the middle of the room, shoulders back, hands down, and breathe. So what are we doing here? If you put your hands on your front thighs, we are engaging those babies. They should feel like they've got some engagement. Take your right hand to your right thigh, right on the top, and lift that leg. Right? So if you wondered where your thighs are, your quadricep muscles are, you just found them. And release. Left hand to thigh. Engage the legs. Lift that leg. Whoo. Breathe, 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 everybody. And release. Inhale, both arms up. Soften the shoulders. Flex the feet. One, you're here too. Lift one leg, everybody. Strengthening those quads. We just stretched them and let go. Lift up tall, lift the other leg. There's plenty to do with quads. We won't be here too long. And let go, lift up tall and exhale. Let go, shake that out. Before we get up to standing, we're going to do one quick-ish stretch. So I want you to take your blanket, lay it on your mat because that's where your side hip is going to go. You can stay up on elbow. Honestly, it might be more comfortable to lay down fully or have your head on a block. Both knees go to 90 degrees. So again, what we talked about was how do we get to these quads, especially when the knee doesn't bend very well. And just be mindful of anybody around you or objects behind you. Lift the top leg so that it is level with your hip. Okay, so you've got a little line like your legs laying on a table. And then bring that knee to elbow. So you're bringing it straight up or straight in. And then keep it on that imaginary table. Keep the knee bent, but press the foot behind you like you could touch your foot to a wall. Here's the key. Remember that tuck? I want you to tuck the pelvis. Draw the tailbone down and forward as you isometrically press that leg back. My leg is still at 90 degrees. I'm not bringing the heel to the hip, but I'm seeing if I can tuck enough, engage the glute enough to feel a little stretch in the quad. Now, some of you, if you're going into your lower back, you're pushing the leg too far back. It's all in the pelvis here. Some of you can go ahead and bend the knee more, grab the foot, but keep the leg level with the side hip. So don't lift the knee up toward the ceiling. Breathe. And then if you've got the foot, release the foot, bring that knee back up to elbow or shoulder and slide it along the table again. Just one more. Bring it up to your elbow or shoulder and slide it back. And then just let it go. Stack the knees one on top of the other. Keep the knees together and lift the lower leg and foot off the floor, off your other leg. So again, this internal rotation. Yep, we're going to feel the quad having to work here. Breathe. Try not to overly drop the hip. So it's all pressing that foot away from the other foot. And release. It sounds like somebody online is not muted. So if that is you, maybe you check that. All right, everybody come on up. Go to the other side. I'm going to see if I can figure out who's not muted. Holy shit. I'm going to mute everybody again. All right, let's see if that makes a difference. All right, so we're on the other side, same thing. Make sure you're got the knees bent. Good, here we are. So lift that top leg, flex the foot, tone the belly in, by the way. Bring that knee up to elbow or shoulder, and then slide it across the table. till you feel kind of a first stretch, but then tuck the pelvis. It's a little tricky, right? It's an interesting thing to see if we can find the quad stretch and not move into our lower back. So big tuck of the pelvis here. Breathe. If you can and want to, go ahead and grab the foot. Some of us can do that without aggravating the knee, but don't overdo it. See, as soon as I grab my foot, my low back kind of arched there. So I'm going to re-tuck and see if I can find it on this side. It just doesn't feel as good. Hold here for a moment. Keep tucking even as you try to press the foot back. And then bring the knee up to shoulder elbow. Slide it across the table. Press it back. Bring it up to shoulder one more time. Press it back. And then release. Stack knee on top of knee. And take the top foreleg or the lower leg off the bottom. Just hold. Internal rotation, right? We're all built differently. Some of us can do a lot of internal rotation. Some of us can do a lot of external rotation. Woo! And let that go, everybody. Woo! Well done. Come on up. Oh. Come back to Dandasana. Shake that baby, shake those babies out. And then take the heels of both hands and rub them. You can even bend the knees if you want. There is a band here called the iliotibial band. It attaches to the hip muscle, goes all the way to the knee. And let me tell you, that can get tight. So just kind of work on that a little bit. It's a great spot for a foam roller only if it doesn't cause a bunch of pain. All right, shake that out and let's get on to some yoga. So have your blocks up to the front of your mat. We're going to use those in a moment. Come to table pose. If you have wrist issues, you can do this on your elbows. Just watch your lower back. Take the right leg back, but stay on the foot. Tone in through the belly, everybody. And then imagine you're squeezing a block between the legs. So the legs just got really active and the inner thighs just got active. Hold right here. One, you're here. Two, you're going to move to plank. And breathe. From here, just take the right knee back. So now you're in kind of a half plank on the other side. Fire up the left leg, squeeze the glute. Imagine squeezing a block between your thighs. Go back to plank. So this is obviously some core and strength work. Bring the left knee to the floor. Hold. Engage the quad. Engage the right glute. Switch. Right knee down, left leg. One more both ways. Take the right leg straight, plank. Bring the left knee down, hold. Bring the left leg straight. Bring the right knee down. Both knees down. Good. Just release child's pose, hero pose. Anything that feels good. Make sure your knees are being taken care of. And then come on back up, everyone. Step forward with the right foot. Grab your blocks. Take the blocks up nice and high. We're starting out in an easy lunge here. Ooh, man, is that sun bright. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. I can't see. So starting out in a really easy lunge, here's that quad again. We're stretching through it, maybe a little bit of psoas, but in order to stretch one side, we have to engage the other side. So squeeze the glute and notice that you may already feel more of a stretch, right? So start out there, just breathe. You should not be overweighted on your blocks. Use your core, squeeze your glute. Only if you want, bend the back knee. Any amount. Breathe, feeling that quad stretch. If you're not, you can bring the hips forward more as long as you're keeping the glute active. Breathe, everybody. Release that. Walk your blocks back, slide your front foot back, and come into 90-90. So the back knee is straight up and down, the front knee is at 90 degrees. Tuck your pelvis. Whew. I must be doing something because those babies are tight. All right. One, you're here, your hands on your knee. Keep it there for stability. Two, take the left arm up. Keep that tuck happening, everybody. Press into the top of your back foot. And then maybe a little side bend. Now we're tapping into psoas, deep, deep belly muscle. Take it up. Release it. Walk the blocks forward. And then just simply switch sides. Starting out in what we would consider a regular lunge, right? A nice long lunge. Knee is down. If you press into the top of your back foot, you'll feel more. If you tuck and squeeze that glute on the left side, you'll feel more. Breathe. If you are gripping with all your might on those blocks, just let go. Let it be a little bit easier than that. Good. And then slide the blocks back a little bit and slide the front foot back a little bit and then take your hands to your knee. So this 90-90 pose is so effective at stretching the quad. So now we're looking at the right quad, engage the right glute, tuck your pelvis. Right? We know the difference, I hope. A tilt would be poking your butt out. A tuck, we're drawing that in. Really wrapping the tailbone down. Take the right arm up. Oh, the side's tight. And stretch over a little bit to the side. Big deep breath. Release, hands down. Oh, I forgot something. Bend that back knee. Sorry about that. Walk the front foot forward and bend your back knee to come into quad a little bit more. Ooh, if you get a little crampy hamstring, you know your hammy's awake. And release that, everybody. Slide the other foot back to move your blocks forward. Plant the hands and come to downward facing dog. Ooh, pedal that out. Stretch out the back of the legs. Check your upper body. Make sure you're not collapsing in the shoulders. Just bend one knee, let the other leg be pretty straight. Switch. Oh, that feels good. And then take both feet nice and wide on your mat. And just stay here, nice wide legs, downward facing dog. Start to walk the hands back. Coming into a forward fold, you can move your blanket out of the way. And then hands to knees. Come on up, everybody. And shake it out. Woo. So I wanted to talk about something just real quick. We're going to be doing a lot of stepping forward back. And what can happen sometimes is when we step back, we can go too narrow. And then we're on this tightrope, right? And that's no way to balance. You just can't do it. So a lot of times how they teach is if you put both fists between both feet at the big toe mounds, that's about where your feet should be for you for hips width apart, because it's always those internal hips. So another way to look at that, for me anyway, is if I took a block between my feet and then just put the big toe mounds on it. Everybody's feet are shaped different, so don't get into outside versus inside lines, but just roughly there. And then maybe spread your toes and put them down and feel mountain pose with hips width apart, what we would call hips width apart. And just notice, now it might be a little wider for you. If your balance is challenged, you go wider. That's all there is to it, right? There's no reason to have this if you feel unsteady. So keep that in mind and then come on back to the front of your mat. Stand in mountain pose. Feet are hips width apart. We now have a visual for that. Take the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to those blocks. They're nice and high. I want you to come halfway up, tone that belly in, squeeze the legs apart from each other or press the legs apart from each other isometrically. And then soften the knees and step back right leg. Find a nice high lunge here. Your feet are hips width apart. Take a look at them. If you tend to step back narrow, that's what we're looking at. Front hip rolls back. We played with this Wednesday and Friday. Front hip rolls back so that the knee comes to alignment. If you can, stay with that back knee up. Hands come to your knee. Lift your chest. You can always keep your hands on your blocks. Take the arms up. Breathe. Squeeze your back glute, everybody. Take your hands to your heart. Listen up. One, you're here. Two, bend the back knee and sit back in your pose. We're back close to that 90-90, right? Stretching the quad, tuck the pelvis. Big deep breath. Straighten the back leg. Take the arms up. Exhale, hands come down. Push off and step forward. Bend both of your knees. Take the arms up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come to blocks. Press into the blocks to lift halfway up. Exhale it down. Bend the knees, step back left leg. Take a look, everybody. One of the most common things I see is we step back too narrow and then we're out of balance. The left glute gets active. When you're ready, you can always drop that left knee. Otherwise, hands to knee. Lift the chest. Ideally, back foot nice and straight. Inhale, reach up. Basic lunge. We did this with knee down. Find your pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Optional to bend the back knee. And you're actually sitting back a little bit, tucking the pelvis. Find your breath. Quad stretch, big time. Good. Straighten the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Push off your block, step forward. Bend both knees. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Take it up. Exhale, hands to blocks. Push off the blocks halfway up. Squeeze the belly in. And then exhale, little forward fold. Soften the knees, step back, right leg. Find that lunge again, everybody. Press into the back leg, squeeze the back glute, check the front hip. Take your hands to your knee. Inhale, reach up. Nice, easy lunge here. Hands to heart. Optional, bend the back knee, sit back. Breathe. Straighten the front leg or back leg, listen up. Take the right hand to the left leg. Take the left hand to the sacrum. Drop the shoulder and look over to the left. Release the twist. Good, Meryl. Watch that knee. Up and all the way down. Push off. Step forward. Bend both knees. Come on up. Exhale, heart. Good. Take it up. Exhale down. Halfway up. And down again. Bend the knees. Step back left leg. Are you hips width apart? Are you too narrow? I'd say you're too narrow, Meryl. There you go. Breathe, squeeze the back glute. Take your hands to your knee. Lift the chest. You're just in a lunge here. Take the arms up. Breathe. Front knee is bent. Back glute is active. Hands come to your heart. Bend the back knee and sit back only if you want. I know. Like, you feel that quad. Straighten the back leg. Take the arms up. Left hand to right knee, right hand to sacrum. Press through the back leg. And breathe, everybody. Release, hands up. Exhale, hands down, step forward. Woo! Bend the knees and come up all the way. Exhale to your heart. Shake all that out. Just shake it out. So anytime we get imbalance, right? Quads get tight, hammies get loose. We wonder why knees, hips, ankles get a little bit wonky. And so we've got to play with this whole idea. All right, so feet or hips width apart. Roll the shoulders back. Think about it. Lift just one heel. Press into the big toe mound. And then as you lower the heel, imagine making the foot longer, like spread the foot back. Do the same thing on the other side. Lift the heel, try to spread it back and down. And then feel your feet. Isometrically try to pull the feet apart. Like you're going to stretch the mat between it. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, knees are soft. Push into the blocks halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, step back, right leg. We have been here already. Check the width of your pose. Hands come to knee, come on up. Inhale up. All this is already repeat. Hands to heart, bend the back knee, optional. Tuck that pelvis. Whoo. Big deep breath. Inhale, straighten the back leg. Now listen up. Either it's hand to knee, hand to sacrum, or you're going to come to heart and bring the elbow to the outside knee. So a little bit deeper twist. Whoop. Breathe. Pressing through the back leg either way. Take those hands back to your blocks. Listen up again. Straighten the front leg and see if you can drop the back heel. Now, if you cannot, shorten your pose a little bit. Bring that back foot up and then check the front hip and make sure that front hip is rolling straight back. Variation here, pyramid pose. Make sure your feet are hips width apart. Big deep breath. One, you're here. Two, lift the ball mound, front foot ball mound off the floor. Breathe, stretching that hamstring. Drop that foot, bend the knee. If you need to walk the blocks forward a little bit, go ahead. Just step forward. Bend both knees, come on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let those hands go, shake it out. One more side, here we go, take it up. Exhale down to your blocks. Halfway up, all the way down. Soften the knees, step back left leg, check your width. Make sure you're wide enough. Front hip rolls back. Hands come to your knee. Whoop. Lift your chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Breathe, everybody. Squeeze the back glutes. Hands come to your heart, bend the back knee and press back only as an option as long as there's no pain. Finding your equilibrium, straighten the back leg, arms up, either elbow to knee or hand to knee. Breathe. Finding that twist. Good, release. Woo, hands come right to your knee. I got a little left-right going on here. Hands come back to your blocks. Straighten your front leg. You may have to shorten pose a little bit so that you've got some grounding off that back leg. And just breathe. Be mindful, by the way, when we go to straight leg like this, that you're not hyperextending the back of your knee on that front leg. Big deep breath. Bend the front knee. If you need to move your blocks, go ahead, step forward. Bend both knees, take it up. Exhale to heart. Shake it out and let that go. I'm going to just turn around because I've had that sun in my eyes for a while. All right, we're going to do one more round and add on just a little bit, and then we're done with all of this. So mountain pose. Find your breath. Kind of get a sense. What do my legs feel like? As we stretch these quads, we actually can feel taller, right? Because the quads aren't tightening up that whole mid and front body. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to your blocks. Push into the blocks to come halfway up. Exhale it down again. Soften and bend. Step back, right leg. Same thing, everybody. Simple flow here. Front hip rolls back. Back foot ideally straight forward, but wide enough for you to feel steady. Hands come to your knee. Lift up. Inhale the arms up. Big deep breath, everybody. Optional, hands to heart. Bend the back knee. Sink back. Tuck the pelvis. Feel that work going on. Straight in the back leg. Take the arms up. Either hand to knee, hand to sacrum, or hands to heart and elbow to outside knee. Breathe. Take your hands right to your blocks. Find your steadiness, straighten the front leg. Soften the elbows, keep that spine really long. One final addition, bend your front knee. Walk those blocks forward. Don't just fly that back leg up. Think about it. Push into your standing leg. Maybe you pause a second and then lift the leg. Big deep breath here. The hips are level. The leg is fired up. Both legs working pretty darn hard here. And then bend the standing leg or bend the standing knee just enough to set your right foot back down right where the left one is. Bend both knees, walk your blocks back. Inhale up. Exhale, heart. Let the hands go. We got one side left. Take it up. Exhale down. Halfway up. Exhale it again. Soften the knees, left foot back. Make sure you're wide enough. Front hip rolls back. The butt squeezes, everybody. Hands come to your knee. Take the chest up. This might be plenty enough for you. Take the arms up. Maybe this is where you stay. Hands to heart. Bend the back knee. Sink the chest, torso back. Tuck that pelvis. Straighten the back leg. Reach the arms up. Twist, either elbow to knee or hand to knee. Breathe. Wherever you are, hands go right down to your blocks. Straighten the front leg. Soften the elbows. Breathe, everybody. So, as an aside, you probably already know this. When we stretch the quads, what are we working? We're working the hamstrings. So, if you feel a little more stretch in those hamstrings, might be because we've been working on contracting them. Bend the front knee, everybody. Here we go. Walk your blocks forward. If you can, if your knee allows, I want you to just lift a little. Holy gamoly, right? And then straighten the leg. Building strength here. Find that pose, nice length through your spine, even if you take the torso low. Good length through your spine. And then bend the knee just enough to set your other leg down. Bend both knees, take one block with you. Come to standing. Ooh, good job, everybody. Just shake it out. Big shake. And then take that one block nice and long, but place it between the legs. Walk the feet in, walk the thighs into the block. And breathe. And just kind of get a sense, mountain pose, right? We a lot of times, again, you know me, if we do a lot of split, I call them split leg poses. I'd like to bring those thighs back into alignment. Good squeeze here. And just feel your whole torso in mountain pose. I feel taller all of a sudden, like everything's standing up a little bit easier. If we think about the quads and the psoas, the hip flexors, what do, right? They're part of their job is this. So if we're doing this, this can get tight. We stretch this, we get tall. All right, come on back to the front of your mat. If your blanket went across the room, bring it in. And breathe. And then inhale, reach up. Exhale, down you go. Step back to downward facing dog, everyone. Remember your good pose. Spread the fingers, reach into the index fingers. Lift both heels. Spread the toes. And then lower the heels closer to the floor. Breathe. If you need to come out of pose, please do. Float slowly to plank. Check the arms. Check the legs. Don't let the hips sink. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees, everybody. Child's pose, hero pose. Anything that feels good. Deep breath. And then come on up. I want you to take your blanket at the short end of it. So there's always like a long end, depending on how you fold it, and a short end. I want you to take the short end and fold it in 3. And then put it maybe about 2/3 of the way down your mat, roughly where your knees are going to be. We're going to come down onto our bellies. Now, for some of my knee folks, try it. You might like it, you might not. Let me show you what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to kneel on them because that's easier. And then whoop, lay on them so that my kneecaps are on the floor. Now, for some of you, that just might be too much. If it is, take that blanket out. I'm going to lower my blanket down some. So, kneecaps or above kneecaps on the floor. Just see what that feels like to you. And then you're on your belly. Once you're there, maybe it's just above kneecaps as I feel it. Bend your left knee and hold. I have my head up so I can talk with the mic and everything. You can easily put that forehead down on your hands. Keep the neck long. So just bend the left knee, everybody, any amount you can. But then press the front of that leg to the floor. So, in other words, if your butt's poking up a little bit, push it down to the floor. Push that knee down to the floor. And then just raise your right leg. It's going to feel weird. The right leg is straight, toes are pointed. You're pushing into your left knee. Your right leg is just a little bit up. And then lower the right leg, lower the left. Bend the right knee. First, see what that feels like. And then push your pelvis, the front of your pelvis back down to the floor. The whole low belly is down on the floor. Maybe lift and point your toes on the left. It's not even so much a lift. If it doesn't come off blanket, don't worry about it. Lower and lower. Go back to the right. Breathe. Press into the hips. See if you can lift the left knee any amount. Ooh, breathe. I know. Lower. Stay with the left side. Again, only if your knee allows, bend that left knee a whole bunch. Bring it toward the glute, but press the front of the hip down. Yeah, there you go, Lynn. So try not to let your hip or your butt lighten up on that side. Keep it down. It's just like if we were tucking the pelvis. Release that one. Whew. Bend the right. We're almost done with this. Breathe. Try to lift the right knee off the blanket without losing that hip point. Lower the knee. Only if you want. Bend the knee more. Press the hips back down. So the hips are even. Super easy to lift here. Lower. Last one. Both knees are bent. Press both hips down, both sides of those hips down to the floor. And breathe. One, you're here. Two, only if you have no back issues, come to elbows. This is a fairly deep back bend, so please be mindful. Reach down into those thighs, everybody. Lower all the way down. Bend both knees. Come to elbows just for a second and then lift up. You're in kind of a half elbow plank. Don't let the hips sink. Push the belly up toward the ceiling. Find your breath, strength work here. Whew. 5, 4, good, Betty. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good, everybody turn to your side. Just bend your knees. You won't probably need it unless you want to just keep it there because it feels good. All right, so 1, you're here. 2, you're gonna, in fact, maybe move the blanket just so it doesn't throw that knee off. Knees are bent, they're 90 degrees. We're back on our side. You're going to take the top leg, extend it straight out from the hip onto the floor. Straight out. Take the bottom leg, straighten it all the way down to the short edge of your mat. And just stay here for a second. Take a deep breath. Good. One, you're here. Two, you are going to turn your chest. You got to use your hands toward the floor so that your one leg and your chest are on the floor and your other leg is still out to the side. That might be too much for some. Breathe. Release. You have to release by bending that extended leg and then turn to the other side. I don't have room, so I got to turn. Turn. Knees are at 90, everyone. Top leg extends out right from the hip, bottom leg extends long. This in itself is just a sweet little rest pose. So again, one, you're here. Two, you're going to start to slide over to your belly. Long leg extends out. Everything else is on the floor. Deep breath. Release that side by bending that knee. Listen up. You're coming back to your belly. Your forehead rests on your hands. Your legs are straight. Maybe some space between the feet. Just breathe. Bend both knees. The legs are wide or the knees are wide. And just bring the feet together. So it's almost like a weird Baddha Konasana, but it should feel nice. The knees are wide. The edges, the pinky toe or the big toe edges of your feet are touching. But then lengthen the lower back and just kind of settle here. We so rarely spend time on our bellies. Breathe in nice and deep. Feel the belly press into the mat. And as you exhale, let everything settle deeper into the mat. One more. Good. Release the feet, straighten the legs. Roll to one side and then come on to your back. Keep your knees bent for now. Bring the right knee to your chest. Straighten the right leg. Hands go behind the knee. And then come into figure four on this side. So bringing the right ankle above your left knee or below it. And bring the knees toward your chest. And just stretch out that lovely hip. We've done quite a bit of work there. Breathe. Keep it easy. Everybody, don't over effort. Just let the Hip stretch, let the lower back and the whole back body settle down. And then when you're here to crisscross your knees, reach for ankles or feet, and just a little bit of a cow face legs, just a little deeper hip stretch, only if it makes sense. Release, undo the knees, both feet back to the floor. Left leg comes to chest, left knee, straighten the left leg, hands behind the knee. And then figure four on this side. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Only if you want, crisscross the knees, separate the heels, holding either feet or ankles. And release. Draw the knees to your chest, everyone. And then as you're ready, if your blanket is nearby, you can use that blanket under your knees or your thighs. And let's find Shavasana finally. Maybe separate the legs a little bit so that the hips can fully relax. Arms down to your sides or resting on your belly. Allow the shoulders to soften. Start to relax everything, the jaw and the space behind the eyes, the shoulders and the chest, the belly and the legs. Soften down even more. For those of you ready, start to wiggle those toes and fingers. Very slowly start to bend the knees. Draw your knees to your chest. Maybe roll the knees in a little circle. Just stretch it all out. And then slowly lower those knees to one side or the other. Curl over in fetal pose. And then as you're ready, press all the way up. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale right to your heart. Close your eyes, bow to your own internal wisdom, bow to your compassion, and bow to your light. May we spread it out. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.